Chosen one, ever felt like your journey is more difficult than others? That you carry silent battles, deep emotions, or burdens no one understands? It's not a coincidence. It's a calling. In this message, we uncover 12 unique struggles that aren't setbacks. They're divine signs of your higher purpose. From spiritual solitude to emotional depth, each challenge reveals the sacred role you've been chosen for. You're not being punished. You're being shaped. If this resonates with you, drop 111, share the truth, and subscribe. Your struggles have meaning, and heaven is guiding you. Let's begin with the first sacred struggle, one that many chosen ones carry without speaking a word. First struggle: feeling isolated in a crowd. One of the earliest signs that you're walking a divine path is also one of the most confusing. The sense of being alone, even in a crowd. It may catch you off guard, surrounded by laughter, conversation, and familiar faces. Yet something in you feels quietly distant, like standing in the middle of a joyful gathering, but sensing a gentle space between your soul and everyone else. It's not that people don't love you. It's that they don't quite see the depths you're beginning to explore. But this feeling isn't a flaw, nor is it a punishment. It's a sacred invitation, a gentle tug from God, calling you away from the noise and toward intimacy with Him. In Scripture, even Moses had to step into solitude, into the wilderness, before he could hear God's voice clearly and step into His purpose. That same pull is at work in you now. This is your personal wilderness, quiet, perhaps a little uncomfortable, but filled with divine presence. Though this space of solitude can feel heavy, it holds hidden treasures. It creates room for self-reflection, spiritual clarity, and deeper connection with God. So the next time silence surrounds you, don't rush to fill it with distractions. Instead, lean in, pause, breathe, whisper a simple prayer. God, help me hear you. These moments, however small, will ground you and gently build your strength. Remember, this isn't your final destination. You are not meant to remain alone forever. Rather, this solitude is shaping you, sharpening your inner light so it can shine more clearly for others. When you feel disconnected from the world, let it remind you that you are connecting more deeply with the one who called you. This quiet season is only the beginning, the first unfolding of your spiritual journey. As we move forward, we'll uncover the next struggle. Let's continue. Second challenge: deep emotional sensitivity. As you continue walking this sacred path, another layer begins to unfold, one that reaches into the very core of your being, an extraordinary sensitivity of the heart. You may have noticed it already, emotions that come in waves, sometimes crashing with intensity. A fleeting moment, a simple scene, or the unspoken pain of someone nearby can stir something deep within you. This isn't mere empathy, it's a spiritual sensitivity that goes beyond the surface. You might find yourself moved to tears by things others overlook, or carrying emotional weight that doesn't seem to be yours. It can feel confusing, like you're feeling the world too deeply. But don't mistake this for weakness. In truth, this is the second divine challenge, and within it lies great strength. God has crafted your heart to be finely tuned, not just to your own emotions, but to the unseen needs of those around you. What some call too sensitive, God calls compassionate, connected, and open to divine love. Jesus Himself, the ultimate example of divine strength, wept openly and felt deeply. His compassion wasn't a side note, it was central to His mission. In the same way, your emotional depth is a tool, not a trap. It enables you to reach people others can't, to feel what others suppress, and to bring light into places where words fall short. Still, this gift needs care. Like a flame, it must be protected from burnout. If you often feel emotionally exhausted, that's a sign to pause and replenish. Carve out time to rest in God's presence. Let prayer become your anchor. Lord, help me carry only what you've given me to hold. Imagine yourself surrounded by divine light, filtering what enters your spirit and gently releasing what does not belong. Your sensitive soul is part of your calling, not just to understand others, but to reveal God's tenderness in a world that often forgets how to feel. As you learn to navigate this emotional depth, you'll discover its hidden power, the ability to bring healing, to comfort, and to love without condition. And as this deep awareness of others grows, so does a subtle hunger within you, a longing for something more, something truer than what the world offers. Let's move on to the next struggle of this journey. Third challenge, longing for higher truth. As your soul continues to awaken, there may come a moment when everyday life starts to feel strangely hollow. While others seem content with the routines of work, entertainment, and surface-level goals, you begin to wonder, is this really all there is? This quiet yet persistent question is not a sign of dissatisfaction. It's a holy stirring. It marks the third turning point on your spiritual path, a longing for something deeper, truer, and more eternal. You may find yourself looking at the world around you, the rush, the noise, the endless striving, and feeling slightly out of sync. Not because you're lost, but because you're being drawn towards something greater. That gentle restlessness within isn't a flaw, it's a compass. It points you away from what is temporary and invites you into what is timeless. Others may not always understand this pull. They might question your search, brush off your questions, or urge you to just go with the flow. But you weren't created to blend in. You were chosen to seek, to ask, to awaken. This desire for deeper truth is sacred. It's the voice of God within, calling you to rise above the ordinary. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:7, "Seek and you will find." Every question you ask, no matter how unanswered it feels right now, is a step toward clarity. This journey isn't always comfortable. It requires patience, courage, and faith. But the reward is profound. A life rooted in purpose, guided by truth, and filled with divine light. To nurture this longing, make space for reflection. Sit with your questions rather than rush to solve them. Journal your thoughts, read scripture slowly, or simply whisper, "God, show me what matters most." These small acts will anchor you as you walk deeper into wisdom and closer to God's heart. Let your questions burn bright. They are not a sign of doubt, but a sign of calling. You were never meant to live on the surface. You were made to dive deep, to uncover eternal truths, and to lead others with the clarity you gain. But what happens when your search for truth begins to disrupt the world around you? Fourth challenge, facing opposition and difficulties. As your light begins to shine brighter, don't be surprised if resistance starts to rise with it. You may begin to notice a strange pattern. Just when you try to do what's right, to grow, to love more deeply, everything seems to push back. People misunderstand you. Circumstances block your progress. And no matter how hard you try, it can feel like you're moving through quicksand with opposition at every turn. If this feels familiar, know this. You are not cursed. You are being refined. This is the fourth challenge of your spiritual journey, and it often shows up just when your inner transformation begins to take root. The setbacks, criticism, and tension you face are not just coincidences. They're spiritual pressure points, signs that the light within you is becoming too bright to ignore. The Apostle Paul wrote in Ephesians 6:12, "Our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the powers of this dark world." The difficulties you face are often spiritual resistance disguised as everyday problems. You carry something sacred inside you, and darkness doesn't remain silent in the presence of light. That's why people may react harshly without reason. why you might face betrayal, loss, or unexpected storms, not because you've done something wrong, but because you're walking in purpose. Even Jesus faced rejection, mockery, and pain. And yet he stood firm, not out of pride, but because he knew who he was and what he was called to do. You too have that same strength within you, placed there by God. Every trial is like fire to gold, burning away fear and doubt, leaving behind resilience and wisdom. Opposition is not a stop sign. It's confirmation that you're heading in the right direction. So, what do you do in the face of these trials? Don't retreat. Pray. Ground yourself in Scripture. Whisper, God, be my strength today when the road feels heavy. Remember Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow, I will fear no evil. You are not walking alone. Your steps are watched, guided, and strengthened from above. And here's the truth. The more opposition you face, the more proof you carry that your life matters deeply in the spiritual realm. So, the next time you feel like giving up, ask yourself, what is it about you that darkness is so afraid of? Fifth challenge, feeling different and misunderstood. Have you ever looked at the people around you and thought, why can't I just be like them? Even from a young age, perhaps you felt like you didn't quite belong, as if there was something uniquely different about you that others couldn't understand. This is the fifth challenge on your spiritual journey, the sense of always being different and often misunderstood. The more you face challenges, opposition, loneliness, emotional turbulence, the more apparent this difference becomes. While others seem to glide through life with ease, you find yourself pondering deeper questions, feeling things more intensely, and noticing the world in ways that make you wonder if anyone truly sees things the way you do. This can leave you feeling isolated, even among people who love you, making it hard to connect. But let me reassure you, this feeling of being out of place isn't a flaw. It's part of God's divine design. He didn't create you to fit into the mold. You were born to stand out, to bring light into places where others are still searching for it. Think about the prophets and leaders in the Bible, like Moses or Jeremiah. They were often misunderstood because their vision and purpose were so far beyond the ordinary. They felt the weight of the world, just like you do. And their paths were often lonely because they were chosen to walk a different road. Your uniqueness is not a burden. It is your greatest gift. It is a sign that you are attuned to a higher truth, one that may not be fully understood by those around you, but that will eventually guide you to fulfill your purpose. Your difference is your strength. It pushes you toward your mission, reminding you that you are not called to live a conventional life, but one that radiates truth and hope. So how can you embrace this difference? Start by valuing yourself for who you are. Each day, thank God for making you unique. You might say, God, thank you for creating me the way I am. When you feel misunderstood, remember that God sees you completely and loves you fully. You are not alone. Your difference is your light, guiding you to fulfill your calling and helping others see the truth as well. Feeling different is an essential part of your spiritual journey, strengthening your awareness of the special role you're meant to play in this world. But what happens when you start to trust a deeper knowing, a sense of intuition that guides you even when the path ahead is unclear? Sixth challenge, strong intuition. Have you ever had an unsettling feeling about something or someone, even when everything around you seemed fine? Or perhaps you've experienced a sudden knowing, a quiet certainty that something was going to happen, even though there was no logical explanation. This is the sixth challenge on your spiritual journey. A strong, almost silent intuition, like a spiritual compass guiding your steps. Imagine meeting a person and instantly sensing something off, even though they appear perfectly friendly. Or perhaps you avoid a situation, not because of any obvious reason, but because you Just know it's not right. These intuitive moments can feel mysterious, and often you might struggle to explain why you feel the way you do. Yet, there it is, a knowing that others don't seem to share. This ability to discern beyond the surface is more than just a gut feeling. It's a divine gift, a way that God communicates with you through the Holy Spirit. In 1 Corinthians 2:14, the Bible reminds us that the Holy Spirit helps us to understand truths that transcend human understanding. As someone deeply attuned to the spiritual realm, your intuition is a vital tool, guiding you through situations where logic and reason fall short. But here's where it gets tricky. At times, this gift can feel like a burden. You might feel anxious about things you can't explain, or others might dismiss your feelings as overthinking or imagining things. Yet deep within, you know your intuition is real, and it serves a higher purpose. Trusting this inner voice may be hard when others don't understand, but it is essential to your spiritual growth. To nurture this gift, take time each day to listen quietly to your heart. Sit in silence, breathe deeply, and pray. God, help me hear your voice clearly. Keep track of your feelings and intuitions by writing them down, and observe how they guide you to make the right choices or protect you from harm. Though following your intuition may sometimes set you apart or create tension, especially when others question your perceptions, remember this: your inner voice is a shield. It keeps you aligned with God's purpose for your life, helping you navigate this world with clarity and grace. Embrace it as a gift, for it is a direct line to divine guidance. As you continue to face challenges, from loneliness to emotional sensitivity, from longing for truth to overcoming opposition, you may begin to wonder, what is the deeper purpose behind all these trials? The answer is unfolding. Stay with me to discover the profound truth that these challenges are leading you toward. Seventh struggle: a heart bearing the world's pain. The weight of the world's suffering often presses down on your heart, making it nearly impossible to turn away. When you read about conflicts, hear of injustices, or witness others' misfortunes, a deep sorrow spreads within you, as if you're carrying their pain as your own. This is the seventh challenge on your spiritual journey. A heart heavy with the world's burdens, a powerful empathy that connects you to the pain of others. Every injustice, every loss, feels like an unspoken weight upon your soul, intensifying the collective sorrow of humanity. But this compassion is far from a weakness. It is a divine gift, an echo of God's love within you. Just as Jesus wept for the suffering of Jerusalem, you too are called to share in the world's pain, and through it, offer love and healing. Yet, such sensitivity often leaves you feeling isolated, as few can truly understand the depth of your emotions. At times you might feel like the world's pain is yours to bear alone, without anyone to share that burden. In these moments, remember that this heartache is not meant to crush you, but to ignite within you a flame of healing and hope. Your empathy connects you to God's boundless compassion, transforming you into a beacon of light, capable of comforting and inspiring others. The world desperately needs people like you, those who feel deeply, care sincerely, and seek to bring about a better, more compassionate future. To nurture this gift, take time for stillness each day. Pray quietly, Lord, grant me your heart, that I may love and share with those around me. Find peace in these moments of reflection, letting nature and prayer renew your strength. When the weight becomes overwhelming, remember that you are never alone. There is always unseen support ready to lift you. Let your compassion be more than just an emotion. Transform it into action. A kind word, a gesture of help, or a prayer for the world's suffering. Each small act adds to the light that heals the world. With the loneliness, emotional sensitivity, hunger for truth, resilience in challenges, and the whispers of intuition behind you. Your heart now resonates with the pain of humanity. This is not a random burden, but a sacred invitation to become a healer and bearer of hope. As you continue your journey, you will witness how every challenge faced has shaped the unique light you are meant to bring to the world. 8th challenge: facing inner conflict and the shadows of self-doubt. On your journey of spiritual growth, there are moments when inner turmoil clouds your mind, and you may question your worthiness for the mission you feel called to. This is the 8th challenge: battling the shadows of self-doubt. Despite your best efforts, there are times when a quiet voice asks, "Am I truly enough? Can I really do this?" The weight of responsibility might feel overwhelming, leaving you wondering if you are truly one of the chosen ones. But these feelings of doubt are not signs of weakness. They are a natural part of your growth. Every time you question yourself, you are given the opportunity to dive deeper within, uncover hidden strengths, and strengthen your faith. Even biblical figures like Moses experienced self-doubt when God called him to lead the people of Israel. Exodus 4:10. Yet God chose you for a reason, and that reason is more than enough to help you believe in yourself. While self-doubt can be draining, see it as a sign that you are progressing on your spiritual path. To overcome this challenge, learn to accept and love yourself. When self-doubt surfaces, remind yourself, "I am chosen by God for a purpose." Develop habits that bring peace and affirm your worth. Take a moment each day to pray, "Lord, help me trust in the strength you have given me." Or, write down 3 things you are proud of about yourself, reinforcing the truth that you are capable. Bible verses like Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me," will help strengthen your confidence and perspective. These small, intentional steps will help quiet the voice of doubt and reinforce your trust in your divine mission. Remember, each time you push through self-doubt, you grow stronger and become a beacon of light, inspiring others with your resilience and unwavering faith. Embrace these inner struggles. They are part of your growth, bringing you closer to the divine purpose God has set for you. Having faced the challenges of loneliness, emotional sensitivity, a hunger for truth, adversity, feeling different, strong intuition, and a compassionate heart, overcoming self-doubt marks a pivotal moment in your journey. It is a turning point where your faith is refined. As you continue on your path, you will begin to feel a greater responsibility to help others. This is the 9th challenge, signaling that you are called to serve. Stay on this journey to discover how these struggles continue to shape you into a guiding light for the world. 9th challenge: when the heart cannot remain indifferent. Every time you encounter suffering, a pleading look, a silent sorrow, your heart beats faster, a force you can't ignore. This is the 9th challenge on your spiritual journey, an overwhelming sense of responsibility that binds you to the world's pain, urging you to heal, to comfort, and to give. Imagine scrolling through a newsfeed filled with stories of hardship, yet you cannot just pass by. You feel compelled to reach out, to offer a hand, to speak words of comfort, or simply to stand with those in their struggles. Your heart, like an underground spring, flows toward those in need, desiring to bring them hope and solace. Yet sometimes this flow of compassion can feel draining, leaving you exhausted, even guilty for needing rest. But this urge is not a burden. It is a divine calling, a soft whisper from the universe, reminding you of your higher purpose. Spiritual figures like Jesus could not remain indifferent to human suffering. Matthew 22:39. And you too are blessed with this sensitive heart, which aligns you with the world's sorrow. However, at times this sensitivity can feel isolating. In a world that often prioritizes practicality over empathy, you may hesitate to act, fearing judgment or feeling like an outsider. Remember, this calling doesn't aim to deplete you. It is meant to ignite the healing and compassionate power within you. Your heart, with its deep capacity for empathy, is a bridge to boundless love. You are like a lighthouse in the dark, guiding others through their storms. The world desperately needs people like you. Those who feel deeply, those who take action to ease suffering, and those who strive for a more compassionate, just world. Learn to listen to the voice of your heart, but remember to care for your own well-being as well. Each day, take time to pause, to center yourself. Offer a silent prayer. Grant me the strength to share love. Find peace in moments of quiet, in the gentleness of nature, or through steady breaths. When the weight feels too heavy, remember that you are never truly alone. An unseen force supports you in ways you might not always understand. Let your empathy become not just a fleeting feeling, but a call to action. Whether it's offering encouragement, lending a hand, or praying for those in need, each small act of kindness is a ray of light in a world that could use more warmth. As you reflect on your journey, from solitude to strong intuition, from compassion to inner struggle, you now carry a heart deeply attuned to the pain of humanity. This is not a random burden, but a sign that you are called to be a healer, a restorer of hope. Continue this path, and you will see how every challenge you faced has been shaping you into a unique source of light for the world. 10th challenge: between a material world and spiritual light. You may often find yourself feeling out of place in a world fixated on wealth, fame, and appearances. This is the 10th challenge on your spiritual journey. Navigating a society where material values often overshadow the growth of the soul. Whether in the workplace, scrolling through social media, or during casual conversations, it seems most people are preoccupied with accumulating money, acquiring luxury items, or flaunting their worldly success. Meanwhile, within you, there's a deep yearning for a more meaningful existence, one centered on love, kindness, and a connection to something higher. This stark contrast can make you feel disconnected, as though you don't belong. However, this feeling of being out of sync with the world is not a weakness, but a sign that you are walking a higher path, one that transcends the temporary values of the material world. The Bible teaches that we should not chase after material wealth but seek first God's kingdom, Matthew 6:33. As one of the chosen, you are called to bring spiritual light to a world consumed by materialism. Though it's difficult, you can overcome this challenge by focusing on what truly matters to you. Start by building your life on the foundation of your core values. Seek out friendships with people who share your beliefs, those who also cherish love, kindness, and faith. Engage in spiritual practices, such as joining a prayer group, reading uplifting literature, or consuming content that nourishes your soul. When you find yourself comparing your life to societal standards, wondering if you measure up in terms of wealth or fame, remind yourself, my success is living true to sacred values. Celebrate the small victories, maintaining inner peace, helping others, or feeling a deep connection with the divine. Every time you choose to live by spiritual values, you make the world a better place, even in small ways. Redefine success on your own terms, living authentically, loving others, and fulfilling your divine mission. To keep your conviction strong, make it a daily practice to pray, Lord, help me bring your light to the world. You can also reflect on the things you are grateful for, whether it's the love of family or a peaceful day, to remind yourself that true wealth lies in the heart. By doing this, you will find joy and peace, becoming a shining light in a world that often forgets what is truly sacred. Looking back on your journey, from moments of loneliness to trusting your intuition, from cultivating compassion to facing inner conflicts and accepting your responsibility to help others, you now encounter the challenge of living in a materialistic world. It marks a critical turning point on your spiritual journey, urging you to bring light to places that desperately need it. Next, we will explore the 11th challenge, a deep sensitivity to injustice and suffering, a sign that you are destined to make a difference. 11th challenge, a heart bleeding for injustice and suffering. At times, your heart may tighten with anguish when confronted by the injustices and suffering that afflict the world. This deep sensitivity is an integral part of your spiritual journey. The 11th challenge, the ability to feel humanity's wounds as though they were your own. Whether it's reading about war, poverty, inequality, or witnessing someone mistreated, a profound pain rises within you, sometimes overwhelming your spirit. An urgent desire to act, to help, to speak out stirs within you. And yet you may wonder, can my small efforts truly make a difference? This sensitivity, though it can leave you feeling vulnerable and adrift in a world that often seems indifferent, is not a burden, it's a divine grace. Your heart is uniquely attuned to the suffering of others, and that ability to deeply feel is a calling. While it may seem that many around you are indifferent, remember that your purpose is not to bear the weight of the world alone. Your mission is to spark compassion in every place you go, to act with love and kindness wherever possible. As Jesus taught, love your neighbor as yourself. Matthew 22:39. And every act of compassion, no matter how small, contributes to his greater plan. To navigate this challenge, it's vital to learn how to balance your sensitivity. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent to suffering, but allowing the pain you feel to inspire strength, rather than sinking into despair. In moments when the weight of the world feels too heavy, take a quiet moment to pray. Lord, guide my compassion so that I may do good. Meditative practices, like deep breathing and visualizing God's loving light flowing through you, can help you stay grounded and transform your compassion into action. Even the smallest gesture of kindness carries great significance. A kind word, a helping hand, a prayer for someone in need. These are rays of light that brighten the world. Whether it's offering a smile to a stranger, donating to someone less fortunate, or expressing your emotions in writing to release the burden, each small act has the potential to make a lasting impact. Together, these actions create a world that is kinder, more compassionate. Allow your sensitive heart to be a beacon, shining God's love to the darkest corners, always trusting that He is guiding you. Reflecting on your journey, from the lonely nights to intuitive insights, from a compassionate heart to the inner conflicts, from the longing to help others to living in a materialistic world. This sensitivity to injustice is a pivotal point. It's urging you to take action, to spread love where it is most needed. The next challenge awaits, confronting unexpected losses, a sign of the strength being forged within you. Continue on your path, for each challenge is shaping you into a unique light for the world. 12th challenge, when unexpected losses knock. On the path of life, you may encounter sudden losses or setbacks. A relationship that ends unexpectedly, a career failure, or a health crisis that takes you by surprise. This is the 12th challenge on your spiritual journey, confronting these unforeseen losses and the obstacles they bring. These moments can feel like sharp blows, causing you to question, why is God allowing me to experience this? Even your faith may waver, as you wonder whether these losses are too much for your heart to bear. But remember, these losses are not punishments. They are trials that provide the opportunity to build resilience, strengthen your faith, and trust in God's greater plan. In the Bible, Job's story exemplifies this. He faced immense loss and suffering, yet remained steadfast in his faith, and ultimately God rewarded him with even greater blessings. Job 42:10. Just as Job's trials shaped him, your challenges are also shaping you, molding you into someone stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the divine mission ahead. When facing such losses, it is important to allow yourself time to grieve. There is no shame in weeping, journaling your emotions, or seeking comfort from those around you. However, after the grieving, turn your attention to the lessons hidden in that pain. Ask yourself, what is this experience teaching me? What strength or new direction is emerging from this hardship? For example, losing a job may open the door to a more fulfilling career, or a painful breakup may help you learn how to better care for yourself. Every time you overcome adversity, you are becoming a more resilient and evolved version of yourself. To navigate this challenge, it is helpful to lean on the support of others. Reach out to friends, family, or a spiritual guide who can offer comfort and perspective. Each day, make time for a prayer. Lord, show me your path through this hardship. You can also turn to comforting scriptures, such as Romans 8:28, which reminds us, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This verse serves as a reminder that, even when we cannot understand the reasons behind our struggles, God's plan is always leading us towards something good. Take moments to reflect, writing down what you're grateful for or the wisdom you've gained from the loss. Understand that your pain is not in vain. It is guiding you toward a higher purpose. As you move forward, remember that each challenge, whether loneliness, sensitivity, intuition, compassion, inner conflict, or loss, is part of a grand design. These experiences are not merely burdens, but are shaping you into a light that the world so desperately needs. The trials you've faced are not detours. They are the very tools that forge your strength, deepening your faith, and empowering you to fulfill your divine mission. Continue this journey, for you are becoming a beacon of love, wisdom, and resilience to others, and every step you take brings you closer to fulfilling the purpose that lies ahead. After exploring the struggles on the spiritual journey of God's chosen ones, you might find yourself asking, why has God chosen me for this path full of struggles? The answer lies in transformation. Each challenge, from loneliness, compassion, to loss, is like a fire shaping you. It helps you rise above the world's limits, becoming a shining light carrying God's love and purpose to others. You are not called to live an ordinary life. You are called to shine, inspire, heal, and guide others. One of the most important lessons for the chosen is learning faith and patience. In a world that demands instant results, you are often called to wait, endure, and trust in God's perfect timing. This can be difficult, especially when you see others achieving their goals while you feel delayed. However, as Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength, soaring on wings like eagles. Waiting is not a punishment. It's preparation, because God is guiding you toward the right path and the right opportunities. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build spiritual strength. Just as muscles need exercise to grow, your soul needs struggles to become resilient. Moments of loneliness, doubt, or loss are shaping you into a pillar of faith, unshaken by life's storms. You are being prepared to become a leader, bringing light into dark places and offering hope to those in need. Your journey is not only an outward journey, but also a deeply inward one. You are learning the language of the soul through intuition, dreams, and small signs like feathers or repeating numbers. These are not coincidences. They are messages from God. To hear clearly, take time for stillness, prayer, or meditation. The more you listen, the more you'll see God guiding you with clarity and purpose. As one chosen by God, you carry a divine responsibility to live with honesty, love, and be a light for others. This is not always easy, and you may wonder if you are strong enough. But God doesn't choose the perfect. He makes the chosen. You only need to be willing. Every step, every challenge overcome, is to inspire and uplift others, Live humbly, allowing God's love and truth to shine through you. A crucial part of your journey is inner healing. Trials often bring up old wounds, from childhood, relationships, or deep hurts. These pains do not resurface to break you, but to set you free, allowing God's light to fill you. Face them through prayer, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend. Every time you heal, you not only change your life, but break cycles of pain for future generations. This journey is a gift, bringing you closer to your divine essence. As you draw closer to your purpose, you will also learn spiritual discernment, the ability to see truth beyond appearances. When distractions or false paths arise, trust your intuition and notice how your body and soul react. Pray, God, show me the truth. This discernment is a shield, keeping you on the right path and bringing light where it is needed. Your mission is not only for yourself, but also to serve. Service does not mean giving up your own happiness, but using your compassion, wisdom, and love to lift others. Whether it is listening to a friend, offering advice, or simply smiling at a stranger, every act creates ripples of love that can change lives in ways you may not see. Serve humbly, knowing that you are a channel for God's love. Prayer is your most powerful tool. It is like a conversation with God, bringing strength, guidance, and peace. Open your heart and say, God, help me. Meditation helps you hear your inner voice, connecting you to God's presence. Spend a few minutes daily praying or meditating, saying, God, lead my way. These habits help you face challenges with divine calm, knowing that God is always with you. As one chosen by God, you will learn to face trials with grace. This doesn't mean hiding your feelings, but trusting that every struggle is part of God's perfect plan. When you remain calm in the storms, you inspire others, showing them a path of faith and hope. Remember, these trials are temporary and will help you shine brighter. Embrace your divine identity. This doesn't mean you are better than others, but you are called to live with courage, faith, and growth. You have been equipped with everything you need: strength, wisdom, and love. Step forward confidently, knowing that you are a light, created to lead and heal. Though this journey may feel lonely, you are never truly alone. Other chosen ones, though rare, walk this path too. Find them through prayer groups, spiritual communities, or like-minded friends. Connecting with them brings support and a sense of belonging. Together, you are a spiritual family, uplifting and inspiring each other. Gratitude is the key that changes how you perceive struggles. Each day, thank God for the journey, the lessons, and even the challenges as they shape you. Write down 3 things you are grateful for, like a peaceful day or family love. Gratitude helps you see hidden blessings in pain, bringing peace and aligning you with God's grace. Ultimately, your mission is not just to endure, but to live as a light. You are here to reflect God's love, wisdom, and compassion, giving hope to the lost. Your light doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes it's a quiet kindness. Every act creates ripples, inspiring others. Don't hide your light. The world needs it more than ever. Walk boldly into your purpose. The trials you faced have prepared you. Your strength empowers you to move forward, and your love equips you to make a difference. Being chosen is not a destination, but a daily journey. Live with faith, continue to grow, and align with God's will. Step forward with confidence, knowing that your path, though unclear, is where you belong. You are part of a divine lineage, bringing light, love, and healing to the world. Every step you take is a part of this sacred calling. Embrace it, and let God's love guide you home. Through the 12 challenges on your spiritual journey, from loneliness to loss, you've seen each struggle as a fire shaping you into a shining light, bringing God's hope and love. As one of God's chosen ones, you're called to rise above, live with meaning, and guide others with faith. Let faith be your compass, and gratitude your strength. Pray daily. God, guide me. Do small acts, a smile or help, for they create ripples of light. Walk boldly, for you are the light the world needs. Share this video to spread hope. Leave a comment about your journey, and subscribe for more inspiring messages.